Hello, everybody. I thought it was time I did another classic movie review. I do these periodically on my channel, and they are essentially movies that are sometimes um, kind of been forgotten, but they are classics. But they're also films that have mean a lot to me, either growing up or whatever. So today I'm doing The Dream Team, the late 80s movie, 1989, I believe, starring Michael Keaton, Christopher Lloyd, and Peter Boyle, and Stephen First. Um, I was reminded of this movie after recently watching The Founder with Michael Keaton. I've always been a big fan of Michael Keaton. I think he's a tremendous actor, and almost criminally underrated. But it is nice to see him now getting some of the roles and recognition that he does truly deserve. But at the time when this movie came out, he was absolutely at the height of his fame. He'd just done Beetlejuice and Batman, and this all like within a year of each other. Um, and out of the three of those, this is the one that has been forgotten, certainly the most out of those three. And basically, the story of the Dream Team is they are four mental patients who are in an institution. Michael Keaton plays like quite a violent patient who's got a habit of creating fantasies, making things up. Christopher Lloyd is really OCD and he thinks he's a doctor. Peter Boyle thinks he's the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. And Stephen First is is the most catatonic out of all of them. He doesn't talk, only in like baseball speak. He obsesses over baseball on TV. And their doctor decides as one of the sessions to take them to see a baseball game. So he gets this pass for the day to take them to see the New York Yankees. But they never get to the stadium. Before they get there, Albert, the catatonic one, needs a wee. They pull over in an alley, and the doctor gets basically seriously injured by a couple of crooked cops who he witnesses. He witnesses the cops killing somebody, and he gets injured and taken to hospital. So these mental patients are left in New York City to fend for themselves, and that's the angle here. That's the comedy. That's the scenario. Um, and what I like about this film is the performances are all brilliant because I mean look at who we've got in the film. You know what I mean? Michael Keaton, Peter Boyle, Christopher Lloyd. They're all tremendous actors, and they all give really good performances. But it's really subtle. It's not like it's taking the piss out of mental illness. It's quite respectful in how they do it. It's not like really in your face stuff. It's quite subtle, the comedy here, but it's comedy nonetheless, and it's funny. There's one scene in particular that's a real laugh out loud moment where Albert, the catatonic one, is watching a baseball match through a shop window when he's left in New York. And a guy dressed up as a big chicken walks up behind him and makes some comment about the game. And Albert turns round and he doesn't see the man at all. He just sees the giant chicken, and absolutely it terrifies him, and he runs off screaming. And it's just so funny how they set it all up. So the performances there are all really good, but really subtle. And so what they've got to do basically is they've got to find their doctor, but also they get embroiled in like this murder. They get blamed for the doctor's injury, and they get blamed for the dead body. So they've got to kind of clear the names and rescue the doctor, all the while not getting sent back to the mental institute because they know they'll be on medication just like that. So they've got to kind of work together as best they can as a team, the dream team. And they do eventually end up getting some kind of sanity back and getting to the bottom of it all and saving the day. And it's really nice movie. It's lovely to watch. It's not hard to watch. It's funny. Performances are great. And as much as I admire Michael Keaton, the best performance in this movie is actually Christopher Lloyd. It's just a magnificent performance. He, in particular, there's one scene where he goes to see his wife and daughter, who he hasn't spoken to for years, and his daughter like gives him a little kiss on the cheek, and his reaction is the acting. It's just so subtle, but it's so beautiful. He doesn't know how to react to it, and he ends up shaking his daughter's hand, and it's heartbreaking but lovely at the same time. So I really do recommend this movie. It's an absolute hidden gem. It's very funny. It's very well acted. It's very well written, and it's got a great soundtrack too. Great 80s soundtrack. So seek out the Dream Team. Hidden classic.